Hey Crush, here is your first video of the new year, I think. I don't know if I did one last Friday or not, but hope you had a great break. Hope to see everybody back at the gym starting today, Monday. And the food challenge, or the eating challenge, the clean eating challenge, whatever you want to call it, starts today. You'll see that when the score sheet in the Facebook group, that there's lots of ways you can earn points. I'm not really trying to force a specific way to eat. I'm just hoping to encourage some ways to eat better. And there's lots of ways you can eat better. You can do keto or paleo style. You can count your macros. There's just some universal things that most everybody should do when they eat. I believe you should eat your vegetables. I think there's actually a carnivore way of eating now where they don't want to eat vegetables. I don't know much about that one yet. But I want to eat vegetables is a good thing. Stay away from some really nasty oils. Like if you do a lot of cooking at home, I think it goes without saying that if we're doing this challenge, that you should be eating the vast majority of your meals at home. And when I say vast majority, I mean like every day, every meal, except for maybe one on like Saturday or Friday night. Otherwise, you should be eating at home all the time if you really, really, truly want to eat well. That way you know what's going into your food, you know how much you're eating, you know it's quality food, you know what you're cooking it in. So you should be staying away from those sunflower oils, canola oils, corn oils are just terrible for you. Just stay away from any kind of margarines, they're terrible for you. They're just full of a lot of really bad chemicals and junk. We don't want to eat that. Trying to drink our water, trying to eat some lean meat if you can. Again, if you're doing keto, that might not be a priority for you. You might be eating some really fatty meat. No processed foods is a pretty big thing. No added sugars. That's gonna be a really tough one for a lot of people. If you truly, truly want to eat no added sugar, which basically is gonna probably be no processed foods whatsoever, there's some just ways you can hopefully start to eat better, clean ourselves up after the holidays, and maybe you'll see some changes on the scale if that's your goal, or maybe you start to feel better. Maybe you don't really care if you lose 5 or 10 pounds. There's a lot of people in this gym that are pretty darn, a very, very healthy weight, and don't need to stress about losing weight, but maybe you just want to feel better. Maybe you want to look a little better. Maybe, we've had people in the past that have cleared up skin issues or found that they're gluten intolerant, whatever the case is, and maybe you feel better in here. I know for me, when I start to eat well, I feel much better in here. I feel like I can move better, I can breathe better, my cardio's better, all that kind of stuff. I eat better, and I know for the last month, especially the 2 weeks right around Christmas, I definitely did not eat well. So that starts on Monday. Please post in the Facebook group, post recipes, post ideas. Let's be interactive. A lot of you have some great ideas that I don't have, and just so post away. Let's see what we come up with, and hopefully we can make some changes and feel much better going into 2021. Today's workout. Welcome back. We did the same exact workout last year. It's all biking and rowing. If there's more than 8 people, then half of you will start on the rower and half will start on the bikes. But you have 2.5 minutes to bike 25 calories or 20 calories. Should be really easy to do. And then the other one is 2.5 minutes to row 500 meters or 400 meters. That should also be pretty easy to do. That one, the rowing, if I remember this correctly, is a lot harder to attain the distances than the bike calories in this. But then next we'll have 5 minutes and everything doubles. So in 5 minutes you have 50 calories and 40 calories on the bike. Then you have 1,000 meters and 800 meters on the rower. And then the next one is 10 minutes to do 100 calories or 80 calories on the bike, and 2,000 meters, or I think it's 1,600 meters. I don't know if it's 1,800. Anyway, 1,600 meters on the rower. And then we go back down. 5 minutes, 50, 40, 1,800, and then 2.5 minutes for 25, 20, and 500, 400 meters on the rower. So the only rest is if you get your rowing or your biking done in that window. So some of the harder ones, like some people, maybe the row 500 meters or 400 meters in 2.5 minutes might be a little more challenging. Let's say you get that done at 2:05. You have 25 seconds of rest to get to the bike and get ready for the next one, which is whether you start on the bike or whatever, you have the next interval, right? And if I remember right, some of them you have a little bit of time, some of them you don't. But again, it's just rolls along. It's like 50 minutes of work, so there'll be very little warm-up, if any warm-up, especially for the classes where there's only 8 people. If you start on that bike, 20 to 25 calories in 2.5 minutes should be pretty easy to do. Kind of get yourself warmed up, get on that rower, hit that rower, and again, I think 500 meters, 400 meters should definitely be doable in 2.5 minutes. Also, great way to warm up. Won't be a lot of time. Just get going and sweat up a little bit for the new year. Have a good Monday.